At the SayCo show. I cannot believe that he had time to do this yet again for us. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I am just doing all my little homework. Guys, we're so excited. I'm going to be telling you more about it in just a moment, but we're starting a YouTube channel. It's going to be more of a VIP YouTube channel. It's not going to be open to the whole world quite yet, but if you have the link in your possession, then you're able to open the link and view the video. So I'm going to tell you a little more about that in just a second, but we're so excited that you're here with us again. We were just talking, guys, before we started the show. This is episode 222. Travis Dean was my first kind of test show. He was so nice to say, practice on me. And so back when I was on the radio station, he was my first show in the can. And so we were trying to think of the date. How long do you think that's been? Like 2.5 years?
Probably about 2.5 years for
sure.
sure.
Yeah, I can't believe it. And,
Time's flying.
And I was looking at pictures. I came across pictures of that show. Because my spouse, y'all, sometimes he's here in the studio and he takes pictures of what's going on. And my studio, I thought, looked so cool then.
Looks really cool now.
And you wouldn't believe the transformation. Thank you for that. And so I was laughing at what it looked like back then. But before we get started, guys, if you feel comfortable, please like, share, and follow. We want as many people to be here in the chat room, listening live. For those of you that are on Podbean, there is a chat room, and you can post your questions for Travis Dean right now in the room. And also, if you want to send us a text or a voicemail, our new number here at the studio, this is new, y'all, so write this down, 615-805-4363. Once again, 615-805-4363. So we're talking tonight about a local artist here in Nashville. If you want to ask Travis Dean a question, please write that in the box now or text it to us. Of course, since we're live right now in the studio here in Old Hickory, we can't answer the phone, but you can text me the question and we'll be glad to ask him. For those of you that are interested in being on the show or being in the audience, give us an email, thesaycoshow@writeme.com. So this is kind of Travis Dean 2.0. Because I know we met y'all either in the end of 22 or the beginning of 23 because we came across some pictures in my phone from the zoo.
I think it was 22. We went to the zoo in 23.
Okay.
But we actually met through me doing gospel night. Y'all had been coming to play.
Yes, that's right.
And that's where I was doing gospel night after I moved here in April of 22 is when I did my first show at the gospel night at Play. Okay. And I think I met y'all towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because y'all came out to see, I think it was RJ.
Yeah.
Because y'all knew RJ before that. So me and RJ were doing the show together.
RJ, if you're listening, I want you to be on the show. But yeah, he's another amazing singer. So I think that's how we met.
Yeah,
and then we've been inseparable ever since, y'all.
Yeah.
And not only do we really enjoy Travis's singing and following his career here locally, but we have a lot in common. And so my spouse and his spouse, everyone gets together and we go to dinner and we have a great time. Yeah. So I know them on a personal level. And so we were laughing at how the show, we were listening to it today. And I was laughing at myself because that was my first show ever.
You were so nervous.
I was so nervous. And it's amazing what a couple years will do under the belt. I mean, I feel like after the training I got at the radio station and then pursuing the podcast, I feel so comfortable now. I finally found my niche, I guess. Yeah. And I just want the show to be better and better. And it is your show. The listeners, this is your show. So anything that you want me to dive into as far as a queer topic or any ideas you have, just drop me a text or an email and we'll go from there. So tell us about, before we get into your new single, and that's why we're talking about what you dropped this week, your new Christmas single. Yep. Tell me about your Facebook Live event tomorrow night.
So every Christmas, I always do something called Christmas from my home to yours, or my house to yours. I don't know what it says, but anyway, it's a thing I do every year. I've been doing it for several years.
Yeah.
So you can tune in tomorrow night on my Facebook page. You can just look up Travis Dean on Facebook, like my page, and then I'll be live at 7:30 tomorrow night doing some Christmas music. Of course, the new Christmas song that I'm released, I'll be doing that one live tomorrow night. It's just a little homey setting. I boot up my tracks and we sit and sing, and I usually talk too much, and I usually get in trouble with my husband. He always says, it's time to stop. Like, you're talking too much. You've been on here for an hour now. So, but I do enjoy connecting with my friends and my fans. And I call all of my fans friends. They're my friends. Like, even if I don't know you face to face, you're still my friend.
Absolutely.
So that's just who I am. You're my family. That's what you are. So come and join the music tomorrow night and see if you like it. We're going to do one more. I usually do them every week, but I've been so busy with this season that I just haven't had time. So we'll do tomorrow night, and I'm planning on doing one more before Christmas. Tomorrow night, I'll be asking for requests for the next episode for songs that you'd like to hear for Christmas music. So.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
So, guys, tune in for that live tomorrow night. But where can people find you? Do you have a .com?
I do. It's travisdeanmusic.com. You can find me there, which needs to be updated, and we'll get into more of that later on, why it's not been updated this year. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Deezer, Amazon Music, Pandora.
I found you on Apple Music.
Apple Music, yes. Yeah. iTunes, it's there. It's anywhere that you can, any major download place, you can find my music.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, good to know.
Yeah, I've been releasing music for several years, and it's on all the outlets. So
I really like watching a lot of your videos that are on YouTube, and
Lord,
it's so much fun. And your husband was in one of the videos.
Yes, Live, Laugh, and Love. That was my biggest song I've done so far.
Okay,
so
it's really good. Yeah. So when you said you were dropping material, I went into Apple and said, "Remind me about this artist if there's anything new." There's buttons you can push. And so I pushed it all, and then it told me it was available. And so when you said it's downloaded, it's up and ready, I ran over to that app and hit download. And then it asked you if you wanted to add it to your holiday playlist. So you're on our playlist.
That's cool. Yeah. I didn't know iTunes. I'm an Android user, so I don't know how that works with Apple Music. But yeah, that's cool that it pops up like that. That's really neat.
And, I've been dropping a lot of PR videos and posters and whatnot, and a lot of people are saying that they've already downloaded it and they love it.
Well, that's how you get to be successful nowadays. So I beg of you, even if you don't like my music, just follow me. That way I get followers, and that helps me get finally monetized on those stations, and I can actually get paid for my own music. That'd be great. So that's where it's at these days. You have to build your following. You have to have followers on Spotify, Amazon, any place that you can buy music, or like on Facebook. Mm-hmm. When you're trying to get noticed, they want you to have a certain amount of followers before they'll even look at you.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, when I was setting up the new channel for the SayCo show, you can't go live till you have 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
I could not believe that's a big number.
Yeah. I'm at 600 and something, and that's where it's been stuck.
Wow.
So I need about 300 more so I can actually go live on YouTube.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Okay, guys, so you heard it here. Struggling artists, go to YouTube and find his channel and hit follow and subscribe so he can finally get to those other options, which would be better in the long run for you as a fan.
Right.
So go and hit subscribe. So tell us about the song. We're kind of saying this is a world premiere. We're dropping it this week here at the SayCo show.
Right.
Tell us about the new Christmas single.
So I love Christmas music. I love Christmas. You come to my house, it looks like Santa threw up in my house. That's what it looks like. Everybody's like, oh my God, you got so much stuff. But that's how I was raised. It's been passed down from generation to generation. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. No matter what I'm going through, it still brings joy to my face and to my heart. And so anyway, I was wanting to release, this was on a whim. Like, I found this song in November. I wish I could say I wrote it. But I was going through demos, and I found this demo. Of course, I own this song now. It is my song. But it's called Wrapped Up in You. And I listened to it, and I'm like, ooh, that's a little edgy for me, because that's not what I usually sing. I don't usually do the upbeat, edgy stuff. And so I let Seth listen to it. I let him listen to the demo, and I'm like, what do you think? He goes, I love it. And I'm like, I don't know. It's it's not bad. It's just risque. It's a little risque. It's something out of my comfort zone. So that's how it came about, and I got to listen. I'm like, I really like the beat. It's not so jingle belly Christmassy feeling. It's got kind of a little bit edgy rock vibe to it, kind of a little bit. So that's how that song came about, and I fell in love with it. And then I was like, can I pull this off? And so we went and recorded it, and I talked to my producer, John. I was like, think we can get this song out? He's like, Travis, it's already November. You can't get this song out in time. I'm like, sure we can. So we recorded it. I did it all in one night. He mixed it the next day. I released it 2 weeks later.
My gosh,
so
that
it came
is
out.
fast.
It came out. What was it? December the 1st. What it was 3rd. Was the 3rd? I think it was.
Something
so yeah,
like
it
that,
was.
yeah.
It was quick. We got that out. I wanted to shoot a music video for it, but again, I'm not rich, so those things are expensive to make.
Yeah.
And I just there is a lyric video that I created for it. So if you go to YouTube, you can follow the lyrics and you can actually know what you can sing along with it that way. So we did that.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like when you can do that.
Yeah. So
And
that's
a
what
lot
we
of
did.
big names do that too.
Yeah, a lot of your big songs now have lyric videos with them.
Yeah.
The official lyric video.
Uh-huh.
So I did some little, and I created the video. Of course, there's so much out there nowadays that you can get a hold of as far as AI generated stuff or even just video clips. So I took video clips and I tried to be all inclusive with that. Not to blast in anybody's face, but everybody needs to be loved at Christmas time. So there's a same sex couple in there. There's a straight couple. There's little innuendos. It's kind of like it is what it is. So I'm trying to embrace this year, going out of this year into the next year, is being more real. For many, many years, I have bowed down to what everybody else wants. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, but I have bowed down for many, many years of being like, oh, I can't do that because that might offend somebody. Way I look at it, I'm Travis. I'm me. I'm real. I don't lie. That's one thing I cannot stand as a liar. So if I don't be true to myself, I'm actually just being a liar.
Yeah.
And so my music this year will be a little different probably as moving forward. I don't care. I try to write without orientation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like so many songs that I love, and I'm like, well, I'm not married to a woman, so it really don't fit. But so I try to write, when I write, I try to take out that whole has to be a certain gender.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's what we're heading to this year as I'm writing. And of course, I'm still very much a Christian. I still love my Christian music. So I'm still writing that kind of stuff too. Don't know what's going to come out this year. I just don't know. Like we're working. I've got some plans, and we'll discuss that because I think that's probably one of your questions later. So I'm taking over talking. You need to ask.
No, it's really good. Well, we might as well let's talk about 2026. It
right.
sounds like you're motivated. So what's
I am.
coming up that you know of that you can share?
Well, let me backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
2025 was probably the worst year of my life. One of the worst years of my life. I lost all my motivation to sing. I mean, y'all know, I was coming to church and was singing here all the time, and I'm still not there yet. I'm not ready. I mean, the Christmas concert was the first singing I had done in months. I have faced some things this year that scared the living daylights out of me. I'm 45. I'm not old. I'm middle-aged, I guess you'd say, but, I've had a few episodes this year with my heart. Thought I was having heart issues, which I technically was. I was thinking I was having a heart attack, so we'd go to the ER. We'd get me checked out, which, long story short, I have scoliosis as well in my back, which crowds into my muscles and my nerves. So sometimes I get that confused. Is this back or is this heart? Because it radiates into the front. So we'll go get checked out. And so I did get checked out a few times, and there was a couple of times like my blood pressure was super, super high. My cholesterol was through the roof. And then by accident, I found out this year, after getting a scan at the hospital and following up with a cardiologist, that I have an aortic aneurysm. Didn't know what that was, and I'm thinking, am I dying? And technically, I could die from that if it gets worse. But thankfully, it's small right now, and it may not ever grow if I take care of myself.
Okay.
But the key to that is to keep your cholesterol down, keep your blood pressure down, and that's been a pain because I don't like medicine. So I've had to change everything about what I've been doing. Here I am already gotten gluten sensitivities anyway, and now I'm having to change more of my food. I'm having to eat fish, which I don't really like, but I'm trying to incorporate it. So praise God, my cholesterol is perfect.
Good.
My blood pressure this morning was 122/83.
Good.
So it's perfect. I'm drinking a gallon of water a day, and I've dropped 38 pounds this year.
Woo!
So, and we've got more to go. So, I was looking at pictures the other day. I'm like, wow, in April, I was a whale. So, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely. I do have to be careful with going to the gym. I can work out. I just can't work out heavily because it could affect my heart with the aneurysm. So that's all been adjustment. It's really played a big part on my mind. Like, it's really played a huge part. And then my kids had the major wreck this year where they all got hurt really bad, and that consumed me. And that's when I found out all about my stuff. So it all just kind of took me down. But I have a new grandbaby this year, and I have another one coming next year, early part of next year. So I'm on my third grandkid almost. So there's just been a lot. So going forward, as we were saying, last year was terrible. I'm just going to say last year's over. We're closing the book on 2025. We've only got just a few more days left of it till we're going to 2026. And I say this every year. I've got big plans. God may have different other plans for me. We'll see. But my plan this year is to actually release an album. And my idea is right now is I'm going to call it something to do with faith, family, and love. So it's going to be a mixture of songs. I'm actually going to re-release some of my old stuff. I'm going to have it redone. I've written a song called Lucky Man that I recorded a few years ago. It's written about Seth. I'm going to re-record that in a newer stance. Highway 39, I'm going to redo that again, which I've already released twice, but everybody loves that song, which is about where I grew up in Oklahoma. I've wrote a song about my boys, so we're going to release that. I've also wrote a song about my daughter, and I'm not going to go into that very much, but let's just say this song's from my heart. And we're going to release that. She knows I love her, and she loves me too. There's just circumstances there right now that we've not spoke in a few years, and I'm praying that God fixes it. So that's what this song's all about, is praying. It's kind of a faith-driven song. I've got a song that I've written about my dad. I've got a song that we wrote for Seth's dad when his dad passed. I've got a song that I've written for my mom. So this may be like a 12, 13, 14 song album when I get done with it. Yeah. So the plan is to try to move forward with that and to get that all recorded this year and actually give somebody an album instead of just singles. Albums are kind of weird these days. People don't really do albums a whole lot unless you're Taylor Swift and you got millions of dollars and you can do that. But I would like to have an album again, and I would like to be able to have something that somebody can purchase that I can actually hand to you and say, hey, here is my music. So we're working on that. And then, of course, trying to write when I can. And I work a lot. So, but my writing comes usually, I just write when I think of something. Nowadays we have phones. So I just go to my notes and like type out something that I'm thinking of, and then sometimes I may not come back to that for months, but I go back like, hey, I was writing something, and then I'll go back and find like, oh, that's a really good song. Let's finish this out. So I'm ADD, so it's really hard for me to sit down and write at one time. So that's where my writing comes from. So we'll see. It's all from life experiences. That's what my writing is. Sometimes it's fun, but most of the time it's just life experiences. That's what I'm dealing with.
So, is that your process? You get an idea and you write down a couple sentences?
Sometimes it all comes at once.
Wow. Sometimes
you're just sitting and driving like, and you will, and I've done this before, and I haven't done this in a while because I've been in such a depressed state this past year, but I'll sit and turn my phone on and just start singing a song. And then when I get home, I'll work on it and write it out and put it all together like it needs to be. So, yeah. That's where the writing comes from for me. Like, it just comes in different ways. Like I said, sometimes I get the melody first before I get the words. Sometimes I get the melody and the words all at the same time. Sometimes I get 5 sentences and I'm like, okay, well, I'm stumped. So when you get stumped like that, best thing is to do is walk away from it. And then when it's time to write the rest of it, it'll come. So
thank God we have technology.
Yeah.
You don't have to carry around a tape
right.
anymore.
I still have my notebook. Seth the other day came, he goes, are you writing a song? Because I had a notebook that I was writing stuff in.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He's like, this is about your daughter, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, it is.
Aww.
So a lot of times, I like poetry too. I like to write poetic stuff, which I'm trying to get away from the poetry thing because music has came from that whole rhymey, everything has to rhyme now. Like, so trying to get more modern with it, but I love writing poems. I used to love to write poems. So to me, writing a poem is just like writing a song.
Yeah, that's your bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all there is to it. I mean, it's pretty simple. If God has gifted you with that talent, not everybody can write, but everybody.
No, but you can.
I try.
Yeah, you can, really. We want to make sure that we say howdy to everyone listening in the group right now. So, Mark, Linda, Katie, everyone that's listening right now, we're so glad that you're here. If you have a question for Travis Dean, just type it here in the chat room and we'll definitely try to get to it. So, what inspires you musically? Do you go by life?
Everything inspires me. I mean, I was raised in music, so my parents were singers. We sang as a trio growing up. So I don't know, anything can inspire me musically. Like I could see an old truck, but it brings back a memory. I'm like, oh, there's that. Yeah. So we can write and sing about that. Yeah. But as far as inspiration wise, I mean, music heals me a lot of times. Like, I love preaching. I love going to church. But you sing me a song that's like got some meat and bones to that, and it means something. I take that to heart, and that'll touch me more than anything sometimes.
Oh yeah,
as a
it's
song.
medicine.
Yeah, it's just so. I'm inspired by lots of things when it comes to music. Like it just depends on the situation. That's hard to answer that question.
It's a hard one, I know. Well, how do you overcome creative blocks then? You said earlier you just walk away.
You just walk away.
Get stumped.
Yeah, if you get stumped, my suggestion is walk away from it, because there ain't no sense in stressing out over it. It's going to be there tomorrow, the next day, a month from now, a year from now. If you don't get to it, there ain't no sense in stressing over it, because it's something that you're writing from an experience. So one of my favorite songs that I've written took me a while to write, but and it'll be coming out on the new album when I do that. It's inspired about me going through a hard time when I was first coming out, feeling like I was worthless and wanting to kill myself. Yeah. And somebody walking up to me literally and said, you may be fooling everybody else, but I can see behind your smile. You're hurting. And I just want to let you know you are somebody. That's what they said. You are somebody. So the song is called You Are Somebody. And so I wrote the first verse about myself, and the second verse I'm like, what do I write? Well, then I got to thinking about from another person's point of view. You may be on the edge of a bridge, want to jump off. I walk up to you and be like, hey, I used to be there too. So let me tell you, from my experience, you're somebody as well. And hopefully I can inspire somebody else's life to not end it over something stupid, because everybody's beautiful. I don't care whether you're gay, straight, bi, trans, whatever you are. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Even the most vilest people that I can't stand, they're pretty too. They got something good about them. Everybody has something good about them. We just got to find that.
Absolutely. So if you could collaborate with someone, alive, dead, famous now, from way back,
Lord.
Who would you collaborate with?
You're really going to ask me that?
Yes.
Well, I have two.
Okay.
One, when you asked inspire musically, one really inspired me. And you're going to laugh because these are old people. Loretta Lynn is one of my favorites. Like, I love her stories, like of how she worked so hard, and she didn't get anything handed to her. She had to bust her butt to get to where she was at. So I would love to met her. Well, actually I did. I got to meet her. She came to Branson, and I got to be backstage with Patsy and what's her other daughter's name? The twins.
Oh, the Lynn's. Peggy.
Peggy and Patsy. I was back there. And then Tim was her dressmaker. So we all, back that time I was smoking cigarettes. And we'd sit outside and smoke cigarettes while she was getting ready on the bus. And got to know them, and it was really cool. And I got to meet her. And she was such a sweet lady. And I remember someone said, how was it? Have you ever watched the movie Coal Miner's Daughter?
Yes.
How naive, but yet kind of quirky she is.
Yeah.
That's really how she was in life. She was fun. So I love her. Now, of collaboration, Dolly Parton. Hands down. Hands down. I would love to sing a song with Dolly. I would love to have her help me write a song. I actually have written a song about Dolly called Jesus and Dolly. I want to be more like Jesus and Dolly. Ooh. So that's
Is that going to be on the new
I don't know
album?
Yet. Okay. I don't know yet. It may be.
Okay.
Because Dolly's such a giving person. And I don't care how people say that she is vile or whatever, they don't like her. How can you not like that woman? she has done so much for this world.
So much good.
And that's why I admire her. That I would love to be like her. I would love to meet her. I would love to sing a song with her or write with her or whatever. I would love to collaborate with her.
Yeah. Well, in case she's listening or her team is listening, we love you, Dolly. Get better. She's had some health issues. So
yeah, but I think that's all been
praying.
debunked. Yeah, she's got some kidney stuff, I think,
Yeah.
since Carl passed. She was,
Yeah.
I think, well, I'm actually friends with her old manager.
Okay.
And he was telling me that Carl had been bad for a little while. So
Yeah.
that's why she'd kind of pulled back. She was taking care of him. And then
Yeah.
her friend Judy's not doing that great either.
Oh,
so,
I didn't know that.
So, you know,
It catches
again,
up to you.
that's Dolly. She was taking care of everybody else, but not herself. So
Yeah.
now she's having to take care of herself, but I think she's going to be fine, from what I
Good.
hear. So,
I'm glad. We need a lot more years with her.
yes, sir.
Okay, so what particular rituals do you have? Like routines when you're writing, or a ritual? Do you go to a certain tablet? You said, and
I'll use my phone, or I'll use notebook paper sometimes.
Yeah.
I've got a book at home. I've got an old songbook that it's an old, what you call a trapper keeper.
Yeah.
I started writing my first song. I wrote my first song at 12.
wow,
So I still have all those songs. I started out writing gospel, but now I write a little everything. So, and I still love to write gospel. I have y'all heard my Easter song this year that I wrote, and that's going to be on the new album. That will be on the new album.
okay,
So,
well that's good to know.
yeah, that'll be one of the faith songs on there. So
How long do you think it'll take for the album to be completed? Is this usually like a year process?
I would say at least 6 months.
Okay.
At least 6 months.
Okay.
It depends on money. I might need to start a GoFundMe to get this thing going.
Okay, you heard it here. Send Travis some money.
Or if I win the Powerball. I tried last night,
there
but I
you
won
go.
$4 and that was it. So,
Well, that's 4 more scratchers.
right.
What challenges do you face in the industry right now? Because I know it's really changed. It's all bought now with money.
That's exactly what we already kind of touched. This is you got to have followers.
Yeah.
And I will never, ever cave to buying a follower. That's not real, authentic followers. I would rather only have 2,000 people follow me on my Facebook page, what I have about 2,400, than to have, 10,000 and they don't even know who I am. Like they've been bought. And you can buy followers.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it. I know some friends that did it and claiming to be so successful, but then you look at their likes and you're like, well, why does only 5 people like it, but you got 10,000 followers?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can say the same thing, though. I do have 2,000, and sometimes I only have 24, sometimes only 2 likes. But that's one of the big challenges, I think, too, is algorithms. If you don't post enough on Facebook or on Instagram or on TikTok, then nobody ever sees it.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? You released a new song? I never knew. I'm like, well, I posted it.
Yeah.
Well, I never saw it. So that's one of the big challenges. I think, again, money. It's so expensive to record. It really is. I'm thankful that I have a producer that likes me and gives me a great steal of a deal with recording. And I found him, John Panero, if you're listening. I know you liked this post, so you may be listening. I don't know if you are or not. But John Panero at... what's the name of his studio? Perfect Image Recording. It's over in Hendersonville. I did Hendersonville Has Talent in 2023. Yes, 2023. Funny story on that. He's told me the story, but y'all were there that night.
We were there that night.
I was mad, and y'all might remember them saying this. I'm like, how in the world did I not even place? And the 3 that placed, I mean, one of them was my friend, and I'm saying nothing bad at her, but I'm like, I'm good. Like, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but
We were surprised.
I was like, how did I not place? Well, then they was like, but wait, we created a new award tonight. And we were like, what's that? And they was like, by an outstanding amount of votes, that person that had the most votes here tonight to be put through, which was supposed to have been put through from people, not from politics.
Mm-hmm.
I won the People's Choice Award, which actually wound up being better. I didn't get to record, but I got to sing 3 songs at the Hendersonville fireworks show, which is, 30,000 people, I think, that shows up for that, which was cool. But I also met John, which was one of my judges. So I asked him when I got to the studio, I said, can I record with you? And he's like, yeah. And we became friends. And I said, why did I not place? He said, because they thought that you weren't, they thought you were already had sponsorship and you were already like doing well. But you was actually an artist, and you was just there, like you didn't belong there.
Oh.
So they disqualified me basically because of that. But which was dumb. I'm like, I'm just a singer from Branson, Missouri. I mean, yeah, that's something I got belt, but I've never been on a major stage. I've never sang in front of 10,000 people. Well, I have now, but that was, I have never done a concert of my own in front of that many people. I'm just a good old country boy, a gay country boy, apparently. So
there's a lot of them. So what you're saying is they thought you already had connections.
Yeah.
So why let you?
Why let me win? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then they couldn't deny that
the votes.
All the votes, because apparently people voted like crazy. Because it was done through that QR code, I think it was.
Yeah.
And you vote.
Yeah.
And you was only allowed one vote. And there was probably, 300 people there?
There were a lot of people, yeah. We were surprised.
So if I had the most votes out of everybody...
It would have still looked weird if
right.
they didn't say something about you.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wound up being all right.
Yay! Well, it was a magical night. We had a lot of fun. What's your most memorable performance? You said the 30,000 people. That was your biggest group, right?
Actually, I mean, no offense, Hendersonville, that's where I live. But y'all really suck when it comes to doing concerts because you don't get behind people's music. We went to Pigfest, and it was the same thing. And I'm like, do y'all not know how to applaud? For real. Somebody's up there singing their hearts out. And they just sit there and look at you like you're the non-analog. So as far as memorable, that's probably the worst concert I've ever had to sing at was... I didn't feel like anybody was even listening. And heck, I had Lee Greenwood endorse me for God Bless the USA before that.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody even stood up when we did God Bless the USA. They never did anything. I'm like, are y'all even listening? So that was rough.
Yeah.
So my most memorable would be, well, I've got a couple of memorable ones I've done. I've been singing for so long. So I grew up singing Southern Gospel, and I used to have a Southern Gospel trio. And we got to open for the Crab family, and then afterwards we went to dinner with them and actually hung out, which now I met Jason. He lives in Hendersonville, and so does Adam and Aaron. So when working in restaurants, I would take care of them. We got to talking. But that's one of my most memorable, but probably my most memorable, and it's a series. It would happen every year. Branson always had Veterans Week. Talk about an emotional concert. I would do about 2 or 3 songs because there were so many people doing it. But it's nothing but veterans and their wives. And there was probably, those theaters held probably, 3,000 to 5,000 people, and they were usually packed with veterans. And to look out and see all those ones, I don't care if you hate America or not, you live here, and somebody has had to fight for you to be here.
Absolutely.
And you look out and you see them old men, and they look at you like you're somebody special, and I'm like, I'm so humbled to be able to sing in front of you.
Yeah.
So many times I would cry. I mean, it was just touching because that was probably my most memorable. I miss those days. And I could go back if I wanted to. Dee, if she's listening, she was always one to put that together. And she'd always be like, well, we need our Nashville star to come back. I'm not a Nashville star, but I do miss my vets. I miss my veterans.
Aww.
That was my favorite. But Branson was big on veterans.
Oh, yeah.
It's big on veterans.
Yeah.
So that's where my heart's at. I love the vets.
It's a neat place. If you're really into music, it's a neat place to visit too.
Visit.
Yeah.
Not live.
Yeah.
I lived there for 13 years. No offense, my friends that's on here. I love y'all, but I could never live there again. I could never live there. It's so different. But it's to each his own. I mean, to each his own. If you like it, go live there.
So let's say some little queer kids are listening right now. And they want to be either an artist or a songwriter. What would you tell them?
I'm Travis first, and I'm very blunt. You got a long road ahead of you. You do. But believe in yourself. You can do it. My motto is, I want to change the world one song at a time. And that doesn't mean I have to change 10,000 people. That could be one person. If I just change one person's life, that's all that matters to me. Now, being an artist is hard anyway. Being a queer artist is even extremely hard. Thankfully, some of those walls are breaking down and people are starting to realize, oh, it's just a person. What I do in my bedroom or behind my doors is none of anybody else's business. I've tried to teach my kids the same thing. I was married for 9 years. and I have 3 beautiful kids, and I've tried to teach them the same thing. You can be whatever you want to be. And if you're queer, that doesn't change who you are. You're still a human. So don't ever let that hold you back. I'm not going to be able to break the walls down for you, but you are coming up behind us. And the more we fight to keep breaking down those walls, it'll eventually happen. And it is happening. We've had artists like the brothers Osborne. Their brother is gay, and nobody really cares. We've had Carrie Underwood that's written a song called Love Wins, and one of the big advocates for the gay community. Her husband, I don't know, but I know she's a big advocate. Reba is a big advocate for us. Kelly Clarkson. It's not just the country world. It's starting to break down a little bit. And that's what I'm glad to see, because one of the things that really hurts is because I'm gay, you think that I'm different. I feel like some people has this concept, which my husband and I, Seth, he's here right near beside us, but we've had a lot of people tell us, wow, you've really changed our output of what we thought like gay people were. I was like, just because I see a man don't mean I want to sleep with him. I don't want your husband. I got my own. I don't need another one. Believe me, we've been through hell and back in the past 13 years. I don't want another one. If he dies, I ain't getting married again. So, pretty sure it's the same way. We done.
It's hard to train them.
We've learned our lessons, and well, especially when you marry one 10 years younger than you. So, but no, I just want people to realize, and I even want to write about that, is I have feelings too. And it hurts. I mean, I've had the family hurt. I'm dealing with family hurt still. I was so scared to go to my family reunion this year because of what happened when I came out 13 years ago.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was good. Nothing came up. But we were scared. Me and my uncle were scared. We was like, how's this going to go? Because we haven't saw these people in 15, 20 years. So just keep fighting. And like I said, it really hurts as a person. I don't care who's listening right now. If you're straight and you know somebody that's like us, that how do I put this? Like, I want people to learn. It doesn't matter what your orientation is. You're still a human. We still have rights to breathe. I'm not trying to come for your husband, or my friend ain't trying to come for your wife if she's a lesbian or whatever. It's not like that. We're just humans. So, and that hurts in church too, because thankfully we have this church, but I'm not welcome to go to most churches because of who I am. I guess my sin is bigger than their sins. But last I checked, the Bible said sin is sin. The only unforgivable sin is blasphemy, and I'm pretty sure I haven't blasphemed. So,
do you feel like it's hindered your path on stardom?
Not terribly, because I haven't gotten where I want to be yet, but I suspect it would. Mm-hmm. I do suspect it would. But I'm also not that person that walks up there and is like, hi, I'm queer and I'm here. Like, that's not who I am. Like, I'm just me. And sometimes when people find out that I do have a husband, like, wait, what? You're gay? I didn't know you were gay. I'm like, yeah, I am. Mm-hmm. I've been with my husband for 13 years. Wow, we would have never guessed. So that's changing. I will never be the gay person that's out there trying to push it in your face. I'm just going to be me, and you're going to learn to love me and love me for me instead of me trying to make you like me, whatever I do. Because you're entitled to your beliefs. Now, I don't believe in you shoving your beliefs down my throat. And that's something that some of my family had to learn. And then when they learned that, it's been better. Yeah. It's been better. So this conversation went way different when I thought it was going to.
No, I love it. I mean, this is kind of your update. A lot of people I've seen your page on Facebook, and people are like, where are you? What's going on? So I want you to, what would you want your fans and listeners to know right now? Where are you? What's going on? And give them an update, because I know people were worried.
Yeah, and I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere. I ain't ready to die yet, and if I do die, then I'm going to die kicking. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to die. I've just had a lot. Moving to Nashville was more challenging than what I thought it was going to be as far as finance. It's expensive to live here, guys. It really is. I mean, I love the Nashville area, but it's so expensive. So you work a lot, which has hindered me from getting to really do anything. Now, thankfully, I've had John and I've had my guitarist Matt that helps me out and has helped me with getting some of my music and stuff. And Matt has approached me a couple of times, said, "What do you think about doing a band?" And maybe we'll get there again. I miss my band. Austin, if you're listening, I miss you. I love you, even though you won't answer the phone. Danny and Lisa, I love y'all. And Tony, may he rest in peace. He passed away this past year. My old guitar player did. But I do miss performing live. But I'm honestly content with just building a following and putting out new music and doing my little Facebook lives from home. It's kind of fun, you know. I don't have to worry about getting too dressed up. I can put it from the head up, and that's it. And nobody knows what I'm wearing. I could be in my underwear for all you know. So, unless the phone drops, and then you're in trouble. So.
That's why I do a podcast. So, everyone here in the chat room, we're glad that you're listening here in the chat room for Podbean. So, if you have a question for Travis Dean, please type a message into the chat room, and we'll ask him. There is a gentleman on here, let me bring it up, that's asking, what stage would you like to perform on? Is there a famous stage that you would love
Absolutely, there's two.
Okay.
The Ryman.
I bet you're going to...
The Ryman and the Grand Ole Opry.
I knew you were going to say the Ryman. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of the cream of the crop.
And then and I think that if you was to ever get famous at all, which that used to be my biggest goal.
Yeah.
And I would still like it. But that's not the huge thing. But if I was to be famous, oh crap, what's it called? It's in New York City. The big stadium.
Carnegie.
No, not Carnegie. No, not Carnegie.
No.
The big where like Lady Gaga performed and.
Oh yeah,
what is that place called?
What is it called?
It's huge.
Yeah, it's really big.
That would be awesome.
Madison
Square Gardens. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, that would be. Can you imagine? I think that seats like what?
No, I can't.
100,000 people. I think.
I can't imagine. That would be incredible.
I think it would probably pee my pants a little bit. I would have to wear Depends because I would be so scared of like one note wrong and all these people are going to know it. So
yeah.
I mean, I guess like the rest of the artists, you just lip sync.
Well, has anything ever weird happened to you while you were singing?
That Christmas concert that night was terrible. Everybody's like, "Oh, we did so great." I couldn't even say Joseph. I said Joseph because I was forgetting my words. I was like. Joseph was his earthly father, and I was thinking earthly, so I said Joseph. He said I was laughing, and I forgot the words to my own song. So yes, things happen all the time.
But you think people catch on that?
But they don't.
They don't.
I think the worst thing I ever did was chipping a tooth with the microphone. Like, went to pull the microphone, and I jerked, and it kind of hit my mouth. I'm like, oh, that hurt, and I might have said a cuss word, but because it does hurt. You ever hit your mouth? You hit yourself in the mouth, the microphone.
Well, it's metal, yeah.
Yes, it hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't chip it so bad that it broke it out, but it you know how it gets broke on the end and got really sharp? So, I mean, it filed itself down, but that's probably the worst thing that's happened. I don't know that anything has really bad. I mean, I've been blessed when I've did my live shows to not. I can say this now because he's in heaven. Oh, Dorinda, if you're watching, you're going to get a kick out of this or listening. So I think one of my favorite, funniest thing that's happened was we was doing a 4th of July show with my band and at the lake. I think it was 2020. And it was so Tony, my guitar player. You got to know Tony. Like I said, he passed away this past year. Unfortunately, he got cancer and it killed him within just a couple of weeks. But he was a huge weed advocate. He loved his weed. Man, weed's going to feel... You need to get some weed. It'll help you with everything. I'm like, no, Tony, no. I was like, I don't do that. Well, I think he had smoked a little bit or something. He had a brownie before he did the show.
Okay.
So he was already a little like, you know, doing his show out there. We're on a freaking floating dock, first of all. And he's just back there cheesing and kind of bouncing around. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to fall off the back of here. He's going to die. So then we go to intermission. It's like a 15-minute. He decided to take alcohol as well and drinks alcohol on top of being. So I guess he was what you call is that cross-faded? Yeah. That's what they call that?
Yeah.
I don't know all these terms. So we go to do Purple Rain, and I'm like, pardon me, my pastor, what the hell? Like, what is going on behind me? I can hear the guitar player, or the bass player in one key, and I can hear Tony in the other key, and the drummer's in the middle. So I'm like, which one's the right? And I just turned back and looked. I'm like, what's going on? He's back there cheesing. But yeah, we did a whole song in 2 different keys, and I think I just picked a key in the middle. So that was probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to do, because I really can't stop and cuss somebody out and be like, hey, you're in the wrong damn key. So, but
oh my gosh.
So that was probably the craziest thing we did.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that was...
But you usually maintain professionalism. You're pretty good.
I don't know. My face tells a lot. If you watch my face, I talk with my face a lot.
For those of you that are listening, we're talking about a benefit Christmas concert that he just did a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
And so if you're a fan of Travis, there's links on his info if you want to see what we're talking about for the Christmas pageant at a local church, which is my husband's ministry. So what else do you want to leave your listeners with tonight? So 26 looks optimistic.
Yep.
A new album.
Yep.
What else do you want people to know?
That I love you. I truly do love everybody. Even though it's hard sometimes. I may just love you enough to get to heaven. But, but I truly do love everybody. I try to see the good. No, that's a lie. Forgive me, God. I don't try to see the good in everybody. I don't. I'm a very real person. I watch for things and people. I'm always waiting. It's because of how I was raised. I'm always waiting for something bad to happen. Always waiting for the bad. Even if they're the nicest person, I'm like, okay, where's your bad side? Yeah. But I do truly love everybody. I do put on a good front. Even if I don't like you, you will think I love you. Yeah. But what I want to leave with my followers and listeners to tonight is I do love you very, very much. Thank you for sticking with me all these years. And if you're new to the scene with me, I would love for you to follow me. I do have big dreams to do more this year, and I can't make those dreams successful without people. And I always want people in my corner. I do. I will be in your corner anytime. You can call me anytime and I'll be in your corner. Unfortunately, my husband has to deal with that all the time because people call me and I'm their punching bag. So that's just how it is. I let them vent and I try to give good advice. And but yeah, new music's coming. I want my followers to grow this year. If I could double what I got now or triple, that'd be amazing. Yeah. The only way to make that happen is keep putting out new music, to keep pushing it, and not for just me to keep pushing it, but if you really like me, then you push my music as well. That's how that has to work. That's how Sean's podcast works. Is you have to, if you like him, share it. There's nothing wrong with what. It's not gonna hurt you to share it. That's how things become successful, and that's the world we live in now. We can't just go knock on somebody's door and get successful anymore. We have to literally do it all through social media. Yeah. And so that's what I asked for, is just follow me back. You said earlier you're going to kind of circle back to your .com, TravisDeanMusic.com. TravisDeanMusic.com. I have not updated this year because it's been crazy. Yeah. Yeah. So it's good. It's a good website, but it's up, TravisDeanMusic.com. You can go to that. There is links to my Facebook on there. There's links to YouTube on there. Okay. Some of my videos, but I do plan to update it after the first year. Once I hopefully slow down a little bit. So okay. Slow down. So look for that, guys. Those of you that are listening and you're listening live right now, do him a favor and go find some of his social media. Give him some likes and follows. That's the way it works right now. Social media is a huge key right now. I never thought 20 years ago this would be like this. No, who would have thought? I mean, I remember when Facebook first came out, I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, and now it's like, that's all we do. Were you on Vine or MySpace? MySpace was my first thing I had. I used to know the login. I think it's still around. I think MySpace is still around. Is it? And then there was there one other one? Maybe not. No, Facebook. I remember our church thinking it was the devil when it came out. Yeah. Yeah. So, but they're all on it now. And they do their services on there now. And I'm like, I watched my Christmas play that I had helped write. My sister put the Christmas play on a couple of weeks ago at her church, and it was all online, so I could watch it. And I was like, oh, that's so cool! Like, I wrote that 20-something years ago. Like, see, that just proves the internet is not the devil. You can watch Christmas pageants, funerals, everything. Now, tomorrow night, your live Facebook concert. How do you feel about
AI. That was one of my questions I was going to ask you. Because a lot of songwriters...
Don't ask me that with my husband in the room.
A lot of songwriters, a lot of singers, they're worried about it.
I think there is a real danger there because it has become so real. As a matter of fact, the number one song for country music a few weeks ago was an AI person. It was not even a real person.
Wow.
So, but it also can be a good thing. For me, it's a good thing. For instance, with this new album, my producer told me, he's like, we can use AI for a lot of the instrumentation now. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And sure enough, he told me how to do it. And so my old music that sounded so janky, like I just put it into what he was using. And I won't tell you because I don't have the rights to endorse whatever I'm using. But it's crazy. Like I had written an album. My first album that I put out I was 18. That's been a long time ago. But those songs were they were good songs. And the melody's great. It's just the music was like,
A little dated?
Yeah, very. Yeah. Little. It was dated then.
Yeah.
It was just underproduced. It was cheap. It was an album back then. So I was like, I want to see what happens if I put my song
through the program.
And what came back brought me to tears. I mean, it was the same exact tune, but it had brand new instrumentation.
Wow.
So we can take some of those tracks and add new tracks of our own real music as well and mix it all together, and it becomes a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, it can be great, but it can also be very dangerous for the music industry because you're going to start putting musicians out of jobs.
Yeah.
But for the artist, it saves them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because for one album, like a 10-song album, will cost you over $10,000 to make.
Wow.
Downtown.
Oh yeah.
That's a cheap side of it.
Yeah.
That's a cheap side of it.
I believe it.
By the time you pay for background singers and instruments and all that, it's
it
insane.
adds up.
Yeah, and most of them charge over $100 an hour.
Oh yeah.
Plus you got to pay the bands. So it's insane.
Well, we don't have major equipment here at the SayCo show quite yet. But I'd love the listeners, if you want to give them a chance to hear a little bit of your song. Can you bring it up and let them hear just a snippet of your new single? And then what we want you to do is we want you guys to go and buy it, download it, stream it, like it, just so it gets out there and he can get some memento on this. But I was listening to this. I really like it. It's catchy. It's definitely different from what you normally sing.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. And I'm right there with everyone else. It's in my Christmas playlist this year. So we'd love to hear a little bit if you can. Just turn
I put my phone on airplane mode.
Turn it up and we'll listen to a little bit of Wrapped Up in You. This is Travis Dean's new single for the season. And you were right there with Cher. I was downloading Cher at the same time I was downloading you, and there was a couple other artists that dropped music this week. It's really good, y'all.
The Christmas spirit fills the air, blinking lights and shiny paper everywhere. Can't wait to see you tear it off. I think you'll like the things I bought you. I know that you keep asking me to tell you something special that I really need. Guess I could use a pair of jeans or a new TV, but there's just one gift on my list. So if you wanna know what I want the most, it ain't something that money can buy. So save your credit card, save your time. Yeah, what I wanna see underneath my tree, lying next to the mistletoe, tied up in a big red bow. All I wanna do is spend this Christmas wrapped up in you.
Oh my gosh, that is catchy.
It is catchy.
I really, really
it gets stuck in
like
my
it.
own head. I do want to give a shout out real quick on this on that song. John produced that song super fast, but I'm cheap, very cheap. So I don't pay for background singers. So all the background vocals is me. I'm doing my own harmonies. I'm doing my own so.
Wonderful.
He had to sit there and record all the high parts, all the low parts, the middle parts, the repeats. So he had a lot cut out to do that within just a couple of days to get it all put out for us. So thank you, John, if you're listening.
Well, he must believe in you and the song because that's a lot of work.
Well, he just sees me as a gold pot. That's all. I'm just kidding. He likes my silky smooth vocals apparently. And says.
Well, we are so blessed that you got to stop by yet again. You've been on some other shows, but it wasn't to spotlight you. And so we're really glad that you stopped by. And he brought his beautiful husband with him. We have a room full of listeners and a live audience tonight. I want to remind everyone that the SayCo show is copyrighted material. Please do not reuse or distribute without permission. All rights reserved. Copyright 2023. Next Tuesday, which is day after tomorrow, we're having Brandon South on the show. He is phenomenal, guys. He grew up in a small religious town in West Tennessee. Had to deal with his disability of CP, cerebral palsy, for those of you that don't know. And also, he's queer. He has a whole journey. And we're going to just sit down and hash it out. He's coming in with his best friend, and he's going to actually stay the night in Nashville. And we're just going to have a great time listening to Brandon South's journey with everything that he's had to deal with. He's actually created such a large following online. I think it's because he's being so real and he's just trying to help others who are disabled and queer, etc. So we're going to just sit down. We're going to talk about everything. Brandon South is amazing on the organ and the piano. It's going to be a really good show. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Also, I said earlier, I'm just going to touch base with this. There's going to be another mini episode on this, but the SayCo show is going to expand in 2026, and we're looking at our new VIP channel. What that means is we're going to be on YouTube, but we're going to be on it as a VIP link channel. So if you get the link, you receive the link, whether it's here on Podbean or on any of our other social media, you'll be able to listen to the SayCo show that way. It's not going to be worldwide open, but we're going to tell you all about it in the next mini episode coming up. And like you guys, you're amazing. You've been such a wonderful surprise. If you're looking for me over on Swell, this is the last week for the Swell app to be active. I've switched all my mini shows to either here on Podbean or over on Clapper. If you guys don't know what Clapper is, go check it out. It would be really appreciative. We have some followers over there, and we want that to be kind of the stepping stone between the Tuesday shows. So go look for the SayCo show over on Clapper. We're so excited that we got a chance to sit down again with Travis Dean. Next time you have music, you better come in. I want to do a world premiere here with the new album, so promise me that.
We can do that.
Okay, all right.
By that time, we'll get the technology where we can actually play the songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we were on the radio station.
Yeah.
So that's the promise, guys, for the future with Travis Dean. It's been a great show. I appreciate your support. This episode will be on the new YouTube channel in a few days, so look for it then. And if you came in late, there's a bunch of y'all listening right now. If you came in late, not to worry. As soon as we sign off of here, I'm going to upload it onto Podbean so you can listen from the beginning. Go out, buckle up, be safe, and we will touch base with you guys again Tuesday night, 7 Central Live, right here on Podbean. We would again appreciate likes, follows, and shares. It just brings the audience to us, guys, and we need that as well as Travis and his music and career. So we do appreciate the following. I will talk to you guys later.